Miss Carroll promised that anyone who got all the multiple choice questions right on the upcoming exam would receive an A on the exam. Which one of these statements necessarily follows logically? Okay, so first I'm going to break this into, so M means, that's just saying got all multiple choice right. And A just means you received an A. What this statement is saying, it's saying that if you got all the multiple choice right, that implies you received an A. Okay, so let's look at each. So first for A, that's saying if you didn't receive an A, then if Lewis didn't receive an A, then he got all of the multiple choice questions wrong. Well, we don't really know the full criteria for an A. So, I mean, he could have gotten an A and gotten one wrong. We don't know. So that doesn't necessarily follow. B, if Lewis did not receive an A, then he got at least one of the multiple choice questions wrong. So that's like saying not A implies not M. And that's actually the contrapositive of the above statement of M implies A. And the contrapositive is always true. So I know that that statement necessarily follows. So B is going to be the answer. But let's just go through the others to make sure. So C, if Lewis got at least one of the multiple choice questions wrong, then he did not receive an A. So that's like saying not M implies not A. That's just the negation, and that doesn't necessarily follow. That's not necessarily true. D, what that's saying, if Lewis received an A, then he got all the multiple choice correct. That's like saying A implies M. That's the converse, and that's not necessarily true. The converse is not always going to be right. And then E, what that's saying is if Lewis received an A, then he got at least one of the multiple choice questions right. Again, I don't know the full criteria for an A. Lewis could have received an A and gotten all of the multiple choice questions wrong. We're not told the full criteria for an A, so it can't be E. So now very sure that the answer is B.